Hello Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. My name is Julia Aurelia and I'm here to do your card reading for the month of September. And as you can see, we're gonna cleanse the energies before your reading with some sage, sending you some smudge over there as well to cleanse all negative and low vibrational energies. And I'm doing the Celtic cross today. I have the, what is this? The Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. I use this at the moment quite regularly, and I'm so sorry for not being on this channel in the last month. I was actually working with my German publisher on my own first tarot deck and my own first book, and I really needed the time to focus on that, and so I wasn't able to keep my German channel going and to work on the book and all of that, so I needed a little break. But I'm back and so happy to see you all again. So let's start with your reading. What is it that Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus need to know? What is the topic? What's the energies for September? I can't believe we are in September already. What are the energies for September for the collective, for Capricorn? All right, let's have a look, shall we? All right, so Capricorn, we do start with the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords is an energy that tells me that there are some conflicts in your life where you feel like you just can't win. Maybe there is a person in your life and you feel like this person wants to win at all costs, or is not very sensitive to your feelings and emotions. So we have someone here, if this is an energy that is connected to a specific person, this person might be egotistical, selfish, or like I said, can't really understand your point of view. And like I said, maybe there's someone who wants to be right at all costs or want to win at all costs, and obviously that's not a really good base for a connection or relationship in any area of your life. So we do see one of the most difficult cards here for you for the month of September. But let's see how everything develops. Usually with this card, I would say, you know what, save your energy and walk away from this, because you can't win and you can't make this person or those people involved get an understanding or about your side of the story. And sometimes that's frustrating, because obviously we do in general, I would say, like to keep the peace, and we want to be understood, and we want other people to understand ourselves and our viewpoint so that we can find a harmonious solution. Well, with this card, I would say it's at the moment not really possible. What's the challenge with this one? Okay, so it's the compassion and understanding energy with the Queen of Cups. It's an energy that you are looking maybe for emotional support, but like I said, with this card, this is not the card of emotional support, and you are looking in the wrong place, I would say. So one aspect here could mean that the emotional support in this situation is just blocked. You like I said, you can wait forever in that situation. On the other hand, it could mean that maybe it's your energy of giving and understanding, and maybe you have so much understanding and compassion for this other person here, or the people. It could also be a group involved here, so that you are like, oh yeah, but I can understand why he or she acted that way. And that's all good, and I wish that a lot of people or more people would be like this and get the compassion and the understanding for the other person. But we do need to be careful to not neglect our own personal needs. So if you always have understanding and compassion why someone is acting out, is acting rude, or is acting in a way that hurts you, then at some point the compassion that you give to the other person needs to come to yourself again. And that could be something here as well, that you might give a lot of compassion to the other person, but actually you should start looking at your own emotional needs, right? Also with this combination, it might be that there's a specific love connection that is the center of this situation, where you might fear that this love connection is actually blocked. So let's have a look. What happened in the past? Well, it looked all promising in the past, didn't it? Here we have the Fool. And the Fool is an exciting new beginning. Maybe you took a leap of faith and you jumped into something, even though you didn't know how it would develop. And well, to be fair, how it has developed now is actually quite difficult. So the leap of faith, the jumping into the unknown, the start of a new beginning, it could also relate to a start of a new beginning within an existing connection and relationship. So this doesn't necessarily mean that you have just got to know this person and then suddenly it developed all like that. It could also mean that there is a situation where there was some sort of new beginning within an existing situation, right? But anyway, I would say it looked all promising. I do have to say, I want to know how everything is developing here. I have a little bit of a feeling that you jumped into something a little bit naively, and you thought it might develop to this really beautiful thing, and suddenly it all flipped and it didn't. And there is this empathy that is missing, or the empathy that you are giving, and that the other person basically is not giving back. So yeah, there's some. I think at the moment you're going through a really tough time, Capricorn. Your thoughts are, so one thing with the page could mean that maybe you're thinking about a message, maybe you're waiting for a message to come in, maybe you're thinking about sending a message out to someone. So that could be one aspect with this energy here. But what this card also means is that you're looking for new opportunities. You try to stay optimistic. You try to stay positive. You try to see things from the bright side, right? And I think also it feels like you're hoping for a new beginning, for a new chance, or for something to come along, for a new opportunity or a chance here. Maybe connected to that situation, but also, okay, I get another info, but also in relation to something that will help you to get out of that information. I also feel like some of you at the moment are a little bit, how do you say that? You don't really know what the right way to do is. So it feels like you're waiting for an idea, for an impulse, for the aha moment, basically, that will help you to navigate through this experience here. What do you feel? Well, there is a lot going on. We have the Eight of Wands. There it is, Eight of Wands, and that's, I mean, it's a card of a lot of things happening in a short amount of time, and that could mean that you might feel a little bit stressed, like, oh my god, this is just suddenly so much, like there's so much movement and so many things are happening, and you might feel a little bit overwhelmed with this card. On the other side, it could mean that you are quite open now to move on, to get going, to get moving. So this card could be a card of movement in some shape or form, to make progress. I feel like you want to make progress in this situation. I do feel like this is very much connected to you and your personal development, where I actually do feel the main issue that you have here is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups, like I said, it's filling up your own cup first, basically meaning having the compassion for yourself as well, right? And especially in the spiritual scene, we always talk about unconditional love, but I feel like this is something that you need to give yourself first, and then obviously you can send out the love. And sometimes some people are just not good for us and for our emotional or mental health. Sorry, for our emotional, maybe wealth as well, right? So, and that also could then, obviously, if we don't feel well mentally or emotionally, that is going onto our physical health as well. So I feel like you really have a lesson here in seeing things for what they are, and being honest about the situation, basically, and starting to take care of yourself. Because with the Five of Swords, I feel like you're wasting your energy, and we see this in the near future, unfortunately. And I wish I could have like other cards here, but considering the Five of Swords, I do actually feel like this is where you realize in the near future, this is just not enough. You're not going to get out of the situation what you hoped for at some point, right? This is the card of lack. So one aspect of this card, what I feel like, is there could be something that triggers your lack mentality, as in, oh my god, I'm not good enough. Oh my god, I'm not worth it. Something like that, right? Don't take it personal. This has nothing to do with you. It's more about the other people that are involved here. So please, please, please don't take this personal, and don't take this as a sign that you are not worth anything, because quite the opposite is true. I feel like you've given a lot to this situation. You stayed optimistic, you stayed positive, you are willing to move forward and to progress. But I feel like I already said, you are looking in the wrong place here, and this is quite visible in the near future with the Five of Pentacles. It also could relate to that you are missing something. It could mean that you are missing someone here. So even if a situation has been quite painful for us, that doesn't mean that we can just like basically forget a person. It's a process, right? So even if you go through the ups and downs and having this missing energy here, that is something that could come up with the 5 here. It always obviously could also talk about financial issues here coming up, feeling like, okay, I don't have enough money basically to get the flat, to get the house, to maybe get a car, to get a place to live, to all of these kind of things, right? There might be some sort of lack in the near future that is maybe where you feel a little bit trapped, like you can't move forward really. I'm gonna have a look obviously how the situation is developed. If this is not a material lack, it's an internal lack. It could be, like I said, a missing, or the fear of not being good enough being triggered here. You might also feel like, especially seeing the sorry, I'm so confused with German and English all the time. The Fool card in the past, it feels like there was so much hope. There was, oh my God, this is my new beginning. This is a new beginning I've been waiting for, and well, you just come to terms now with realizing it's actually not. And obviously, this is a process you have to go through and to process it. What's your energy you bring into the situation? See, this is what I'm talking about. You bring love, compassion. I feel like you're related to this situation, or maybe this is your dream job, and you always and now it turns out actually it's not, because of maybe there is you have a boss who is maybe quite narcissistic. That might be a situation here. Or you thought that's your dream partner, and it turns out no, well, it's not, because maybe he's quite narcissistic. Doesn't need to be a narcissistic, but the 5 of Swords is my card for someone who is selfish to an extent where it could be narcissistic. With this card, it feels like you bring in all the compassion, all the understanding again, and you try to sort things out, and you try to maybe talk to the person and try to understand the person, try to make the person understand you. But like I said, I feel like it does feel to me with the cards here like you're looking in the wrong place. And it might also be that you have a very idealistic view about that person or the situation you're in. So maybe you're thinking, oh my God, but this is the person I've been waiting for, and I just need to be patient and it will work out, something like that. But the Knight of Cups is sometimes not quite grounded in reality. So just make sure that you see the things for what it is, right? The situation, or the next position, is now the card of what the other person or your environment brings into that situation. So if that is a group situation you're in, that would be the energy the group brings towards this situation. If you are dealing with a one-on-one situationship, then that's the other person. All right, I do understand that this is probably very difficult here, because the other person brings in the Lovers. So this is a very strong soul connection. And that does make sense that you also feel like, oh my God, this is the person I've been waiting for. And the other person has the Love. So there might be a decision that the other person needs to make. So maybe that's basically what you're waiting for, and you're trying to explain and understand how you feel, and you give compassion, and you want the whole situation to move forward here. The Lovers is definitely a card where I am happy to see that in that sense, because I feel like, okay, the both of you are bringing the energy of love and romance into this situation. But I also feel like the other person probably needs to make a choice of heart, or a choice and follow his or her heart in the situation, and do what's right, what feels right for him or for her, right? So I wonder what the conflicting energy here really is. The both of you, I would say, are... I feel like the both of you are having feelings for each other, but there is this really strong conflict here. There is this conflict energy. It might be that something has happened where you feel like, oh my god, I can't win here, or it's a very destructive energy. Let's go a little bit further. So let's go into your hopes and fears. I have the feeling you feel like someone is sneaking away. You might also feel that someone is not honest here in that situation. So I would say this card is more about your fears than it is about your hopes. Someone sneaking away, or someone not being honest, or someone hiding something from you. How's the situation develop? It's not quite clear yet with the High Priestess. The High Priestess as an outcome energy would say that some things are just not there. There is something that you can't see. Maybe you have some sort of intuition. Maybe it all leads to you being highly intuitive and really feeling your way through the situation. But also it's hidden knowledge, the High Priestess. So there might be a secret coming out. There might be some sort of information coming towards you that is going to help you in some shape or form, no matter if it's good or bad, because in any way it's going to be clarity, but it's at the moment it's kind of like hidden here. Trust your intuition, I would say, with this. And maybe there's something that is hidden in the situation. I want to pull a card of the Oracle of the Unicorns to get more advice here. Can I please get the advice for Capricorn? What's the advice for Capricorn? Growth, yeah. That's what I said earlier, right? It feels like this is a situation that is connected to your personal growth, and that's the card that we have here from the Unicorns. So this card says, seek out a mentor or a guide. Take baby steps as you grow and be willing to learn from others. So yes, it's definitely okay. It's definitely a big I would say lesson for you. I feel like there is a soul lesson. There might be some karmic influences as well, because I feel like the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands, it's a very difficult energy, together with your fear here of being betrayed or being like that there's some sort of deceit going on. At the bottom of the deck, we do again see a soulmate energy. So I do feel there is some sort of soulmate situation going on. What's underneath it? Give and take, balance. Oh wow, you're both very underneath that is the King and the Queen of Wands. So I do feel like you're very much drawn towards each other. There is a success energy or a very creative energy that surrounds you. Both very independent, and there's something obviously connected here to giving and taking, which is what I said basically at the beginning. But yeah, I would say see this as a big learning opportunity here. Because it basically is. Seek out help, seek guidance, a mentor. Maybe there's someone who can inspire you or can help you navigate this situation. So I hope you resonate with that. If so, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.